Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today is March 6th, 2021, and this is the New Paper. It's an all-star game, so there's gonna be some shenanigans out there, said LeBron James after choosing his team for the NBA's All-Star Game this Sunday. First up, the U.S. Capitol Police requested a 60-day extension for National Guard forces to remain at the Capitol, citing a 93% increase in, quote, threat to members, unquote, compared to the first 2 months of last year. The National Guard was initially deployed after the U.S. Capitol attacks in January. The request comes a day after the Capitol Police warned of a, quote, possible plot to breach the Capitol by an identified militant group, unquote, which promoted the House to cancel yesterday's session. Secondly, politics. The U.S. Senate voted 51-50 to take up the new $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package, setting the stage for debate to begin today. The House passed a version of the bill along party lines last weekend, and the Senate is expected to pass its own version, open parentheses, including certain changes such as removing the minimum wage increase, close parentheses, before it goes back to the House and then to President Biden for final signature. Extra. Vice President Harris cast the tie-breaking vote in yesterday's proceeding after the Senate voted along party lines. Next up, world news. Italy blocked a shipment of 250,000 coronavirus vaccine doses from being sent to Australia, becoming the first EU country to use regulations that allow exports to be stopped under certain conditions. Italian officials said that the decision was driven by a shortage of vaccines in Italy, open parentheses, and the EU more broadly, close parentheses, and noted that Australia was not on the list of vulnerable countries that would qualify to receive the shipment. Next up, the U.S. economy added 379,000 jobs in February, marking the largest monthly increase since October. The increase was largely driven by the leisure and hospitality sectors, with smaller gains in temporary help services, healthcare, retail trade, and manufacturing. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate fell slightly to 6.2%. For more context, while total non-farm payrolls, open parentheses, i.e. jobs in the U.S. economy, close parentheses, have partially recovered from coronavirus-driven decline last year, they remain down over 5% from pre-coronavirus levels. Next up, world news. Pope Francis arrived in Iraq today, becoming the first pontiff to visit the Middle Eastern nation. The 4-day visit is scheduled to include meetings with President Barham Salih, Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, open parentheses, the leader of the Iraq Shiite Muslims, close parentheses, and several leaders from the Iraq's Christian community. And now for quick bits. Oil prices increased by 4% yesterday, reaching their highest point in nearly 14 months. The increase came after OPEC Plus, open parentheses, a global consortium of oil producers, close parentheses, agreed to extend production cuts. Viacom CBS launched Paramount Plus yesterday, a new streaming service that includes content from BET, CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, and Paramount Pictures. The launch comes amid intense competition in the streaming segment, including incumbents, example Netflix and Hulu, and more recent entrants, example Disney+, HBO Max, and Peacock. And finally, the NBA All-Star Game will be held on Sunday. Events that typically take place on the days prior to the game, open parentheses, including the annual dunk contest and three-point competition, close parentheses, will take place immediately prior and during the game this year. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is The New Paper, narrated by Brian Minoff. Our mission: overcome sensationalism by spreading factual news. If you believe in the mission, please help by sharing The New Paper with friends, family, and colleagues. My unique referral link will be in the SoundCloud description. Thanks.